My name's Colin House. I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Series A, which tests, surprises, and delights me on a daily basis. And I'm sure of the great many of us, who run a business, you will identify with that. Joining me today in our panel. Oh, sorry, of course, Heather, as always, is my trusted confidant here and
Hi.
the general organizer of all great things. Joining me on the panel today is we have Dr. Sadiq Bazanti joining us all the way from Miami, which otherwise known as Miami. Hey, Sadiq, how are you, sir?
Very good. Very delighted to be here and very excited. Thank you so much. It's an honor and a privilege. We're really excited to be here today. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Sadiq. Thanks, Sadiq. We got Mark Stanbury joining us from not quite as salubrious as Miami, but it's the Cotswolds and it's beautiful. Hi, Mark.
Hi, everyone.
And also, I did just see him drop in there. Has he gone? Did he turn up and just disappear? Robin, there you are. Hi, Robin.
I am here. Hi there, everyone. Super happy to be here. I just wanted to quickly say hi. My name is Robin. I would identify myself as a speaker, communications coach, and I have a lot of experience when it comes to high stakes pitching. And today I'm actually preparing my public speaking accelerator, which is launching tonight. So Colin, he was friendly enough to invite me. I just wanted to swing by and say hi, and soon I'll be heading down to Central to prepare for the accelerator. But I'm super happy to be here, and hopefully I'll be able to see all of you guys in the future as well, because I know this is a weekly thing, and it's super exciting for me as well to be here and see what you guys have to present.
Thanks, Robin. Awesome. Great to see you. And when you got to go, you got to go. He's up on stage tonight, kind of pitching his little socks off and teaching people how to pitch. So look, I'm kind of jealous. I kind of don't envy you and everything in between. So right, let's step through some of my rules of Pitch Club here. First rule of Pitch Club. Do you remember? Does everyone remember Fight Club? Of course, come on. You all remember the movie Fight Club. Pitch Club is the opposite. Yeah, we're friendly, we're all encompassing, we're lovely people, kind of, mostly, depending on the time of day. But we talk about Pitch Club. Please help me talk about Pitch Club. Like I said, it's a safe space. It's designed for you guys. It's a 1 to 2 minute pitch. Okay, if you come in at 1 minute 30, if you come in at 2 minutes, fine. The rules are at 1 minute 30, I'll give you a little ding, 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 or some other kind of combination of words. And at 2 minutes, we're going to cut you. Okay, unless you're saying something that's going to change the planet like immediately and tomorrow, in which case you're going to have as long as you want. It's okay to screw up. You know what? If you screw up, come back next week. All good. And you've got 15 seconds to get your tech working. If you don't get your tech working, for those of you who know me from FI days, I'll just go and on to the next one. Alan's not in there. Sorry, Alan, if I've done that to you in the past. And most importantly, smile, breathe, enjoy, show up, show off, etc. Okay, it's all good here. A couple of kind of words from our sponsors, which at the moment is me. So you're my captive audience. Look, we do a whole bunch of different stuff for startups, all right, all the way up to capital raising and everything coming back from there. We're doing a lot of stuff in the fractional space, around CROs, CFOs, CPOs, C3POs, and CTOs. That was a joke, C3PO. Hypergrowth is an outreach engine, which is just kicking goals left, right, and centers. I try to train people on the art of selling, on the art of being able to position something that people want. We've got a pitch deck generator, which is incredible. And it just asks you a bunch of questions. If you don't have a pitch deck, put your stuff into pitch deck generator, and basically if and when you're ready to download it, then you pay. Okay, so plugs over. If you want to have some coffee with me virtually, just scan the mug in the middle there, and that should take you to my Calendly booking page, of which I'm massively impressed that all of you have managed to navigate, and which is why you're here. So thank you for that. So Heather, it's no wonder I've got high blood pressure, is it really? Oh, let me just take a deep breath there. Right. So who do we have going first? We do have some volunteers. So
Yeah.
um
So Sadiq is first, if that's
Sadiq,
okay with
you're
you,
pitching.
Sadiq.
Look at that, huh? get you on the
I,
spot.
Well, I'm happy
I,
with yes on the drop down. Do you not? It doesn't matter. You don't have to pitch.
Heather, let's
Okay.
come back to Sadiq.
w-
Let's go over to
w-
Alin.
can you push me a little bit down? I'll be happy to present today. Just push me a little bit down.
Let's
No
go over
worries.
to Alin.
That's fine. So I've got Roman, who's next on the list. Is he
Um,
here?
Heather,
Yeah.
let's go to Alin first.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go.
Yeah, and then we'll go to
Yeah.
Roman. Sound good?
Fine. Sorry, Roman.
Right, Alin, good to see you again, my friend. What we're going to do is I'm going to do something. Look at that. I'm going to spotlight for everyone. So what you should be able to see is, or everyone else should be able to see, is your lovely face in big. And now you can share your screen. So if you got that wonderful pitch deck, away.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I still don't have a short version like I should, but I'll
It's
try
2
to
minutes.
keep it.
Look,
I'll
it's
try.
2 minutes. That's it.
Yes, so I'll try to keep it short. So in
Alin,
Infineon,
Alin, are you sharing a screen?
I don't think
Yes.
your screen's still showing, Colin.
I apologize. I did that last week as well, didn't I?
So
there
my seconds didn't start yet.
you go.
Can you see my screen?
Yes. Ready
Okay.
when you go.
Okay. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Happy to be here with you guys. My name is Alan, and I'm the founder of Infinio. Infinio is a fintech that wishes to unite the world of traditional finance and the new finance, which is crypto space. Some of them might believe that it's a scam or whatever, but we are not here to discuss this. We are here to expose our technology and what we have built so far. Infinio stands for simplicity, unicity, and instant transfers, which means, from our point of view, freedom for the people and freedom for the people's money. We dare to believe that people should be able to do whatever they want with their money. We have more than 2,000 people interviewed across 18 months. We have 8 countries in Europe where we have conducted interviews over the people. We have defined user personas that leads us to our market, and we will focus in the beginning as a company on crypto enthusiasts and crypto investors, the people that wishes to come into the crypto space, but the people and also the people that are into crypto space. And at this point, what you see on my screen is the usual flow that an investor needs to follow in order to buy or to sell cryptos, to jump in this space or to jump out from this space. And here comes our solution in Infinio. We have developed everything in-house. We have the power of a bank and the power of a crypto exchange inside the app, because everything is built custom from scratch. And you can do this in less than 15 seconds. And this is something we find very amazing. This is an example of the app and what you can do in the app. You can have your own IBAN accounts. You can have your own debit cards from MasterCard. We invested up to date close to $5 million in the company. We have 5,000 people on a waiting list. We have 2,000 people that are currently testing the app, and as we speak, we are preparing to go live with alpha testing. I think in 1 or 2 weeks. We are fully MiCA compliant, and yeah, we are good to go.
Alin,
it's up.
That's 2.5 minutes. So
Oh.
I'm gonna cut you there if you
Yeah.
don't mind. So okay, let's talk. Where have you gone? Where have you gone? Let's talk feedback. So I mean, look, obviously we've done some work over the space of the last 6 months or so. For me, in this kind of condensed time, yeah, I want to hear those punchy stats at the front. Yeah, we've got 5,000 users. We've got this. We've done this. This is the problem we're trying to solve. This is the issues. This is the pain we're looking to address, and get that up out there. And then I'm like, what? I'm ready for more. I want more, because 2 minutes is never going to be enough, you know? And so, you know, maybe we just kind of structure that. 2 minutes is tough. Yeah, it's some ways it's a bit harder than 1 minute. Anyway, I'll stop blathering on. Sadiq, what do you think?
I think it was really good to the point. Are you asking about my feedback?
Yes, mate. Yeah.
I think it was really good, really to the point. You ran out of time a little bit. I liked how you covered the numbers. The traction was really important. How fast you're growing was really, you hit on the major point. And because it's short time, you want to try to tell the story in short period of time, try to have the ups and lows, and you did really well in that. So I want to, you hit the real main point. Great job.
Thanks. I was on Founders Institute.
He was one of our cohort last was it yeah, it was last semester, Sadiq. Yeah. Robin, your feedback, please.
Yeah, no, I think it was very interesting. It's actually similar to the company that I was involved with for about 3.5 years. So finding the quickest route to buying crypto. I would also say when it comes to the slides in general, just to shorten it down when it comes to like the problem solution so that it's very clear, because you had a few slides where there were a lot of text. And when you were speaking, the things that you were saying weren't directly linked to the things that I was seeing. So I think that would be an improvement. And something very important as well, how are you going to stand out compared to the competition in this? Because I know this is like an insanely competitive space. Everyone is going to throw whatever exchange, big brands, big names in your face. So just be really, really prepared for that, because that was the first thing I thought about.
Thanks for the feedback. We are prepared for it, but I just didn't have time.
Yes.
Thanks, Robin. Thanks, Celine. Great job. And interesting to hear on any updates on your journey. So, Alan, is it for context, deep in a fundraising mode at the moment? Doing all kinds of interesting and fun pivots, as in physical pivots and mental pivots, to try and respond to investors. So I'm sure you'll join with me wishing him all the best in that. Thanks, Alan.
Thank you. Guys, I have to go. Thank you for your time so much.
Thanks, man. Okay. Okay, right. Who's next? Heather. Who's next then? Oh my gosh, we've got loads of people. Roman, where are you, sir? Roman.
I'm right here.
You say right here. I've got a screen of 1,000
That's
people.
fair. That's
Oh,
fair.
there you are. There you are. I've got you.
Yes.
I've got you.
Let me pull up my screen.
Hang on a second. Let me spotlight you. There we go. The coaching market. Okay.
Does everybody see my screen? I guess so, because you said the name. All right, that's dope. All right, so I guess my timer's starting in a moment, but I'll go from here. Hi, my name is Roman Rodriguez. I'm one of the founders of TCM. And think of us as Coursera or Udemy, but for the fitness, health, wellness, and coaching space. And more specifically, we're a B2B2C e-learning marketplace platform driven by the professionals in the community. And just know I've been in this space for well over a decade, working for big corporate companies where I've led teams and won multiple awards across multiple categories. I more recently was the director of an early stage fit tech startup, and I still travel the country teaching educational courses. So I know this domain inside and out. I know what the up and coming trend is for my industry. And instantly, most of you thought about workouts, apps, and exercise programs. I am not talking about that at all. I'm actually talking about the e-learning and educational content. And what most people don't understand is that the top 20% of all the professionals across the domains are starting to turn towards course creation as a secondary source of income. The positive is that all the professionals in my industry have to buy content year-round to maintain their professional status. And the pool of active learners that are non-professional gets bigger and bigger because of the accessibility of the new tools to create content nowadays. So the problem that's happening, when you sell on a personal website or app, it actually isolates your content because it is like being stranded on an island. And it actually kills the customer experience because buying stuff from individual websites and not in a marketplace setting is actually better for the customers. So how we solve that problem, we connect the buyers and sellers. A vetted, democratized marketplace, just like Udemy and Coursera, that has the best with vetted content that gives the best customer experience for the learners. And we built the prototype and proved it works. Sellers get approved, it goes published on our marketplace. Active learners get the best opportunity to create a conversion to buy something, which is the key, actually purchasing something. And I have the traction to prove it's real. And these are high quality people I've handpicked from our list of early adopters while building out the prototype. And this all happened from word of mouth. Our market is getting bigger and bigger. And by 2030, it will be monstrous, just like Asia. And my team is dope. We can build it and we can do it. Thanks.
Roman. Heather just sent me a message on the back end there. Heather, do you mind if I say?
No, you can read it. It's fine.
She said, "Oh, the Americans do this so much better than us Brits."
Oh, fair enough.
You
Yeah,
know what,
I'll
dude?
admit,
Can
I
I
do.
can I clarify? Can I clarify? What I mean is, because I'm a founder as well, what I mean is like your enthusiasm and like
Yeah,
your
exactly.
like storytelling and like motivation, like just really hook people in. I'm not saying Brits can't pitch, but I just think like you just straight off the bat, like you just have me totally at your pitch. So yeah, it just sounded really good. I was like, yeah, what is this? This sounds great, you know?
Dope, nice.
Yeah,
Sweet.
Roman, I'll double down on that. Look, I love the flow. One of the things that we talk about constantly in pitch coaching and storytelling, and Roman, not Roman, where's he gone? Where's he gone? Where is it? Robin, I was getting my rurals mixed up.
I'm here. I'm here.
Robin will no doubt, double down on as well, is the flow and the kind of, just the tonality and the, and all that kind of good stuff. The kind of stuff that I'm not doing right at this second. But I really enjoyed it. I like it. I think it is a problem. Look, our website at the moment, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be doing training courses. I know Dan and Daphne, who founded Coursera, personally. And also Udemy is a graduate and alumni of Founder Institute. So all of them, we've all got a tiny little fraction, all of us FI people, of the wonderful Udemy success story. So yeah, I totally get it. What not sure if I was entirely, maybe I just missed it because I'm multitasking, right? So forgive me. But what I didn't necessarily get was your first market. So I of course I saw gym, not the person, the thing, the gymnasium. I saw fitness. Is it, what's the first cab off the rank there?
So when it comes to the market, this is where, at 2 minutes, I kind of squeeze in what I get, but the question's great. What people don't know is that there's 8 different parts of the fitness, health, and wellness industry. They're actually all fusing together, and a lot of it works in a similar ecosystem. So right now, because my insight is right in the personal training world, which is the largest, I have an easier access to them because I'm in that top 15, 10% of professionals just from what I've done over the last 10 years. And then I have associates that are in other branches, whether it's physical therapy, sports coaching related things. I have enough branches out there that with the base of what we have for our platform, we can build this specifically for this grouping of people. And again, luckily it's all my network. And, we're in the era where people want to pay for content. So I'm not scared about trying to get more users. It's more like making sure they convert. So we're really heavy on design, interface, user experience, and we smoke that, then we'll convert people, no problem.
Good man.
Can I just add something?
Of course.
Quickly. Yes, I just wanted to say, Roman, obviously you're a great presenter and you had a very good flow. You have amazing energy when you're speaking. So I thought that was really, really good. The thing that I would add for future presentations is to adapt the flow to the time that you have, because I noticed that as well as you were speaking that I was struggling to keep up with the text, and sometimes you have like a few different bubbles of text. So it was very hard for me to follow what you were saying and also try to read what was in the pitch or in the deck. So I would just adapt it, for future presentations to make sure you have like a tighter deck for a shorter pitch.
And I think what I probably can do is remove a lot of the wordings if you guys are just going to listen and then just kind of talk through it. And then if I do a non-narrated deck, I can have the wording in there so people can read along and see what I'm talking about. That makes total sense.
I think that's a great idea. Imagery, big, bold imagery. And because you've got the words, right? If you're sending the deck out, include all the words. Or maybe even better, do a voiceover, with some words, and package it that way. Great job, Roman. Well done. Nice to meet you. Okay. Heather, I'm going to switch it around slightly. Ambra. Hi, Ambra.
Hello. Long time no see.
Long time no see. Yeah, I enjoyed our session yesterday. I was telling Heather all about it earlier.
Yeah.
So Ambra made me have a little tear yesterday, and then I went off to the doctors to get my blood pressure checked. But apart from that, it was a great call.
Great. Glad to know. Are you okay? Is the blood pressure fine?
We'll find out by the end of this.
Amazing. Well, I'll start whenever.
I'm sorry. I am ready right now.
Perfect. Hi, everyone. My name is Ambra, and I'm the co-founder of Juniper. Let me tell you a bit more about Juniper. We are an insurtech looking to solve the reproductive healthcare coverage gap through insurance. First, I'd like to tell you a bit of a story, my story. I faced a challenge firsthand with my health insurance. I had a great health insurance, but I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. It's a chronic condition that affects 1 in 8 women, and most health insurances don't cover for it. So I paid a staggering amount of £1,000 for a checkup in London. And this experience is not only costly, but it's also deeply frustrating. I could afford it, but many other people out there cannot. So Juniper was born out of this deep frustration and also the desire to bridge the insurance coverage gap when it comes to reproductive healthcare. So where we're starting with employers first. The employers that care and they're already paying for reproductive healthcare benefits. We see that 2 out of 3 employers pay for out-of-pocket benefits for fertility. And we're talking about amounts between £15,000 to £30,000 per employee. But what we want to give is an all-in-one reproductive health cover to employers, catering for everyone. I'll get to the real magic now. What we understand is that reproductive health is not just fertility. It's about the overall well-being of your reproductive organs for all genders, men included, by the way. And the way we like to say it is we are really looking to offer what is dental insurance repurposed for genitals, as you can see on the slide. So in this very complex and expensive healthcare world, Juniper tries to simplify the path to better reproductive healthcare with our solution. Sorry, it's frozen.
Ambra, you're at 2 minutes there, but I'm going to give you an extra 30 seconds.
And that's it. So join us revolutionizing insurance, one policy at a time, and together we can make reproductive healthcare coverage a reality for all.
Wonderful. Excellent. Thank you so much, Ambra. Really, really enjoyed that. Dr. Sadiq Pazanti, sitting there in super hot Miami, given your background, could you give us your thoughts on that? Sadiq, have you got a mute?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yes. I like the design. I like it was in healthcare because I'm in healthcare as well, and I'm a medical doctor doing my own. So I love what you did. Love how you use your own story to grab people's attention and like, hey, here's who I am. Here's what I want to solve. I'm passionate about it. I like the passion. It's really simple. You really kind of played out the message, and here's what you want to solve. You showed how big and important the problem is. I like how you did the comparison. That was really, really well. I know the time is short. I know you had more slides to go through. Like the last slide, join us. Like we're all here to do this. Really well done. I think, yeah. I don't know. Have you tried using the series design? But that was really good. I like how you had the image, the 3D image, and then you put in the hand, and you're like, we're going to solve that problem really well, really well. I just want to say thank you. Really great. That's only positive feedback from my side.
Oh,
thanks, Sadiq.
I said Sadiq and Siri's talking to me on my laptop. Remind me to turn that off. Apologies. Hang on. No, you're listening, so she's going to interrupt.
Okay. I've added our Said the Beacon series, some series talking to me on my laptop to the list. Let me know if you'd like to add a time or location. You can say something like, set it for 5.
Sorry, guys. Did you hear that? Did you hear my Siri? Right. So, Ambra, I really enjoyed that. And we had a session yesterday off the back of the last session. So this is your second pitch, right? Okay, so really, really great job. I really like the slides, really like the design. As we said yesterday, the story is super important. And it's one that, you know, just psychologically, as soon as you can get everyone's heads nodding in the room, then you've either got a sale or you've got an investment, because, you know, there's an emotional tug here. So the only challenge with a 2-minute pitch is that if you spend too much time on the story, there's not enough time to get to the substance. As Alin, who joined us before he found, the 120 seconds rattled through really, really fast. So great job. Let's pull all the kind of good stuff after the story as quickly as possible, so you can pose as many questions as possible. And then basically the point of this, everyone, is to get you to the next meeting. Okay. Oh, Robin, you're still here. Haven't you got good things to do?
Yes, I'll be out the door in a few minutes, actually. I just wanted to say, really, really good job. You had, when it comes to like the problem you were trying to solve and also having like an emotional connection to it, I thought that was amazing, because I've heard so many people pitch and I don't really understand the why, like, why are you doing this? So it was a clear solution to a very, obvious, painful problem, and you're going after it. And yeah, I thought like the storytelling was very good, so I was, just like Colin said, I was sitting here nodding along. So very good job, impressive.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Robin. Mate, whenever you need to go, you go and stand on that stage. Ambra, we'll leave the feedback for there now. We've got to squeeze some more in, so happy to have another session and get the next bits done. Anupam, where are you? Anupam, you're on the beach. Excellent.
Yeah, can you hear me? I don't know.
We can hear you. We're envious of your backdrop there.
Yeah, just it's a bit boring, so I made it a bit fun. I wish I was on the beach though. Anyways, I'll just share my screen and it'll start going then, I would assume.
No problem at all.
Right. I hope you guys can see my screen. I don't know. Okay. So hello everyone, I'm Anupam and I'm the founder and CEO of Ripple. So what exactly is Ripple? Ripple is a social news app that is designed to keep you curious and informed. We are the best of the both worlds of news from mainstream media and combining that with news being consumed on social media on a day-to-day basis. So it's a one-stop destination where our AI is curating news summaries from like 6,000 sources around the world, putting it in like 100-word short format and giving it to you on a feed that is personalized to you, much like a TikTok feed. It's also a place where you can write your own news articles and share it with other people around the world and other news readers. Why do we need it? News articles are really long. It's time consuming on a day-to-day basis. People don't have that much time. There's no community. There's lack of personalization, and social media lacks moderation in general. So there's a lot of misinformation in social media. We keep it simple and short. We keep the environment buzzing. We focus on the community aspect of things. We prefer to keep news clean. And that's how we solve the problems. So we launched last year. We have over 200,000 active users. We are making a revenue of around 10 to 15,000 pounds a month. We have 75,000 active weekly users. And in a competition side, we're more close to the social media platforms and news being consumed there. I think there's a lot on business model. Our targets are to reach 10 million users. We already have on track to be 1 million users by end of this year. The co-founders is just me and my friend. We have already been selected for Innovate UK. We have been funded. I'm an ex-Cambridge student, so I've been helped by Accelerate Cambridge. And we see ourselves becoming the main go-to destination for news consumption, where people will think about, like, say, for example, if you think about movies today, we go to YouTube. I just want that thing or that feeling for news. We've already secured 250,000 in investment, and like I mentioned, around 400,000 more in grants from Innovate UK. And we're looking to raise another 1.5 million. This is our seed round of investment. And that's about it.
Very good. Anupam, hang on. There we go. All right, you're finished. There you go.
I'm already done, yeah. Thank you.
Did you practice that to do 2 minutes?
No, I really just jumped in. You saw my slide a bit longer. I just breezed through a few of like the document data related slides because I didn't have time.
So my observation is, I mean, we've met before, haven't we? And I believe, well, obviously I'm memorable, but no, I'm joking. But I believe I've seen this before. I don't know where. Maybe it was on a different pitch or a different channel kind of thing. Interesting.
But I'm not on this Series A event. This is the first time. You messaged me, I just hopped on. I was like,
there you go. I think you set a world record there for talking in 2 minutes.
I appreciate that.
and I've mentioned my blood pressure this week, you know, and it's kind of gone up a little bit, in a good way, because I've had to work really hard to keep up, and I think I did keep up. I get it. I'm not sure if everyone's going to get it, and not disparaging anyone here. If you think about what you're asking to do on a 2-minute pitch, is you're asking people to sprint to catch up with you, and if you're already sprinting and you've already got like a 3-year head start, you know, they're not catching you, are they? You know, because you're talking really, really fast. So maybe Robin, who I think he's just left us, he would probably emphasize the tonality. What you can do is start off slow and bring people in, and then you start to kind of like, you know, double down on the speed and, you know, start to really, you know, hit them with some of the key messaging. So I like it. I love the fact that you've got funding. I love the fact that you got traction. But why don't you talk about that right from the start?
I need to explain the problem first. I mean, before.
Well, you say that. You say that. Sadiq and I first met in Miami, right?
Mm.
Where the basically, I think I had white chinos on, and you know, I was judging a pitch competition, and Sadiq was actually pitching. And the funny saying out there is first name, last name, traction. Nice to meet you, Anupam. How many users you got? And what it does focus the mind, because it brings all those stats, all that kind of stuff to the front. And then you psychologically, you've got people up on this seat kind of going, oh yeah, wow, what next? What next? Sadiq, what do you think?
Well, Speedy Gonzalez, amazing job. Great stuff. Like, you went through it really fast, really good. You covered all your slides. Great design. We got the point. We know how much you're asking for. We know where you're spending it. We know, like, it was really good. I like the color, the branding. You use the color branding across the slides. You hit the points. I think the slides just have if you're doing this deck in 2 minutes, you might want to shorten the words, you know, because it's hard for people to read those many words in the few seconds that you're rushing through it.
Yeah,
I felt like you're rushing, but I felt like you were confident about it. Great job.
the only issue
Straight
is I
back
was not
onto it.
prepared for a 2 minute pitch. I just don't do this. I do a 1-to-1, more half an hour kind of pitches. So I just like made whatever I could. But I appreciate the feedback. Thank you.
Anupam, when you literally get stuck in an elevator with someone, or where you kind of grab someone in a headlock at a barbecue or a social event, think about what the big things that you say. And I guess, are you technical in your background?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I am technical.
and,
Yes.
and I'm going to say us techies, because I used to be a techie as well.
Yeah.
You know, you lead with features and functions. Yeah, but
Right.
don't take this the wrong way, but people don't care about features and functions at barbecue. You know, they care about outcomes, and they care about interesting story. You know, of course it's interesting, yeah, but kind of think on the audience. You know, mate, congratulations. I love the fact you've raised. Happy to have a session after and explore in a bit more detail. All right,
Sure.
good job.
Thank you so much.
Who's next? Heather, I'm getting lost here. Who's next?
Krishna.
Krishna, where are you, Krishna? We haven't scared Krishna off, we?
Maybe Krishna's not there. So I've got Anne France. If Krishna isn't around, is Anne around?
Anne France.
I did that.
I'm here.
Oh,
I'm here.
yeah.
I'm here. I can't see me or hear me. You can hold on. I can't see me.
Hi.
There you go.
Sorry.
There you go.
Hi.
Let me put you on spotlight so we can all see you. Nice to meet you.
Just make sure. Can you hear me well and see me? No, yeah. Hi. Can you see me well and hear me well? Because the connection is not.
There's a slight lag, I think.
Yes.
On the Wi-Fi, but if we're all quiet, we can deal with that. That's fine.
Okay. Hold on. Let me share my slides. 1 second. Oh, sorry, I didn't expect to be 1 second. Sorry to delay you. Make sure I actually the right thing. Something here. Hold on. No. Okay. Okay. Share screen. Okay, here we go. Hope it's the right one. So many versions of it. Okay.
Right,
You
and
can
so
see my screen?
we can see your screen. We're
let's
very
put it.
excited.
Can you see it now?
See it now.
Okay, all right. So I'm Anne France Kennedy. I'm based in London. I'm the CEO and co-founder of ClimateNet. So at ClimateNet, we are aiming at tackling the problem of the fact that the business community as a whole is nowhere near achieving to remove 10 gigatons of carbon emissions per year to limit global warming. So the current situation is the professionals don't really understand how to go about it, and they're depressed and anxious about it. And why do we care? Is because most of the climate change network for professionals that exist are centralized, fragmented, and they're not scaling, so they have no impact. So our solution is that we reinvent the networking to galvanize professionals to remove, for them to act upon removing carbon emissions. So we're building the first decentralized hybrid network that matches and incentivizes professionals with incentives to remove carbon emissions. So we aim to engage communities of professionals to deliver talent and anything they can value towards climate. And how we engage them? With clean blockchain. So we match the experts and contributors with the explorers who need and want to make money by working on this project that remove carbon emissions. So we put together and created a ClimateNet app that is available on Google and Apple stores, and that where people can find each other and work together. We're very different from the competition because our network is decentralized and scalable and is worldwide. We have already 350 members on the app from 32 countries. And we reward our members with impact token and financial tokens. We have a very simple subscription model where with a free model and also some payment model, monthly model for content and access to tailored and bespoke connections. We already raised a pre-seed of $220,000, and we're aiming at raising $1.8 million to scale and create all these communities that are going to have great impact. So why we select ClimateNet and invest in ClimateNet? Because tomorrow the problem, it will not be the pandemic, it will be climate change big time, and finding this project that remove carbon emission to save us, not necessarily the planet, but save us human. And I have a co-founder, Sandeep Krishnappa, who is an expert in blockchain and app and technology. And we have now already 40 partners, more than 300 members, lots of subscribers. I'm
gonna stop you there. So I've given you an extra.
Okay, so we just here.
So, okay,
we're done. So download and enjoy ClimateNet and see how you can make money and save the planet.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, where do I start? So I think the comments that I gave on one of the previous pitches about get some of the kind of traction and get some of the good stuff and all the wins that you've had, get that to the front of the deck. Typically there's a bit of a kind of triangle, and it's pain, vision, solution. Yeah, and ideally outcome is aligned in there somewhere as well. Now the pain is clear, yeah, and the pain is obviously massive and it's going to affect everyone. The problem with the pain is that from the climate tech people that I talk to, it's not so much people are fed up with hearing it, but people are fed up with hearing it. And it's like, oh, well, how do you now circumnavigate some of that resistance? You know, get around. So it's obvious it's happening. Yeah, but it's slow and it doesn't affect us on the right now, but it does, and it doesn't, and it does, and it. Do you see what I mean? And so how do we encompass a solution that hits the right now and ticks the pain that we all have right now, but also alludes to a much greater future? So this is the challenge that I have working with other green tech type organizations, and certainly then going into business, you know, into big business, sorry, you know, because there's all the whole kind of greenwashing side of things as well. And yeah, we're doing this, we have this program, we have that program. Yeah, bullshit. No, you don't. You know, it's all absolute junk and garbage. So then of course you've got the government side. I'm waffling on way too much. I think it's probably a bit too complex to unravel in just this session, and France. So, Heather, can I get your feedback on this?
Yeah, I thought it was a really good presentation. I like the fact again that you show that you're already kind of like a little bit further down the journey. You've got your investment, and it's clearly, like Colin said, it's a really big and it's a really good. It's horrible, isn't it? It's a trend at the moment because obviously it's green tech, it's climate, it's impact. I think with me, I'm not sure if I feel the same. I didn't understand the simplicity. How is it different from what's currently already out there at the moment? And I'm sorry, that might just be me because I'm not hugely up on that at the moment. But I think as well, like the problem is so big, it just feels like everything we try and do is not going to be enough. So I just would like to understand that a bit more in the pitch. Like, how is this going to get there faster and simpler and easier for us? Does that make sense? But it could just be me from how I was reading it.
No, again, 1 more minute and I would have explained though, just yeah. So
can you come and pitch next week and then I can understand?
I'd love to. I'd love to. Give me 10 more seconds.
And France, come back, and because we want to try and squeeze in a few more. Happy to have a session with you in the week to try and just kind of restructure and push it all in the right place. So Heather, who's next?
Thank you so much.
Good job.
Thank
you. Job. Really good.
Thank you. I want to say Irina. Irina's next.
If you want to say Irina, say Irina.
Yes, it's Irina. I just want to double check. It's Irina. Irina, are you around?
Irina, are you here?
No. I did have her marked in, but maybe no, not.
Okay.
And Santiago was here, but is Santiago here?
Santiago was here, I think.
Yeah, because he pitched last week, so I was looking forward to hearing him.
I've seen Karel's video just turn back on. Hey, Karel. And you
Karel was keen to pitch.
Happy to pitch at any time.
Yeah. So
and Gia as well. So so either of you two guys, whoever speaks first goes first.
I'm ready to go, guys.
Yeah, I'm ready.
It's so close. Yeah, I think you got in there just that second. So Karel, please hang around.
So which one, sorry?
Gia, if you go first.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, pleasure to be here. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Pleasure.
So very quickly, my name is Gia.
Gia, let's share your whole screen because I can see like your crazy coding background there.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, hi everybody. My name is Gia. I'm the founder of the Cannabis app. I'm a medicinal cannabis patient. I've been diagnosed with depression, anxiety, and I was previously on serotonin reuptake inhibitors. I'm a lean product manager, a mobile app designer, full stack engineer. I used to work at ITV, Economist, Vodafone. I have about 15-year experience. Why should you care about the Cannabis app? Well, scientifically speaking, smoking weed makes you nicer and less greedy, scientists say. But more importantly, all human beings evolved with the cannabinoid receptors in our body around 600 million years ago. So it's really vital for your health to know a bit more about cannabis. Why else should you care about Cannabis app? Well, cannabis use over the course of the last 3 decades being increasing. So we're at around 295 million globally in terms of cannabis use, but I think that's slightly underreported. In terms of the market size, it's estimated to be about $102 billion by 2028. And also recently in 2020, cannabis has become legal in most signatory countries for the 1961 single convention. Germany's about to launch some legalization transformations. The US Health Department is recommending looser restrictions on cannabis. Thailand has become a tourist destination for Asians who wants to know a bit more about cannabis. So what is the Cannabis app? So the Cannabis app is an everything app for cannabis. It's a chat app with superpowers. It's got end-to-end encryption. It's GDPR, HIPAA compliant. It's already got age and ID checks. It helps members to find and access cannabis. And we're trying to build a community of patients, doctors, clubs, and growers to reduce harm and to improve education and ultimately improve your access to safe, simple, and legal cannabis around the world. We're already out there. So I'm the only person working on this. So I designed, built, and did everything. But we have secure system. We've got a progressive web app with push notification. We've been building the grassroots community. And there are verified users in our app that have access to product, services, and events. What are the results? So I've just launched the new version of the app in January this year, and we've already got about 700 registered members. So from launch of the latest app till present, the conversion rate from visitor to member is around 26%. In terms of the conversion rate over the last 4 weeks is actually over 50%. We've had about over 1,000 chats created, over 4,000 messages sent. And I've just been working on this over the last, 12 months, and I've already updated the app about 500 times into production, and we've collected around 1,400 emails and phone numbers.
Yeah,
but if you don't,
I'm going to have to leave you there. Okay.
Okay.
Great job. So virtual round of applause. If you wouldn't mind stopping sharing your screen, that would be great.
Yep.
Now, a couple of questions from me. So you're in London or you're in the UK?
Oh yes, I am in London. Yes, that's right.
Okay. So technically we're still a restricted country. Well, I say technically, we are a restricted country. You wouldn't know it. I live in the docks down here in Portsmouth, and basically it feels like a mini Miami. And when I was in Miami last year, as Sadiq will also attest to, it's legal and it is everywhere. And you know what? Apart from the odd drive-by shooting, Miami's quite a happy place now. So sorry. Right. So let's just talk about the pitch just quickly. I'm all for a story, and it felt to me that first 90 seconds or so, you were justifying the why. And I get it. I absolutely get it. And I'm sure everyone, who's been around cannabis or pain relief or anything like that will absolutely get it, or, psychological issues or whatever it is. Sadiq's far more qualified than I in this. But that allows you 30 seconds for the how. You talk about the pain, you talk about your pain, which is great. You talk about the pain in the market. Yeah, and it's like, and I said to someone before, we've got everyone nodding. Yeah, okay, yeah, great, yeah, yeah. Now tell me what's next. And so you allowed yourself 30 seconds there. So maybe just kind of squeeze that down a little bit. Just do that. Fascinating. I'd love to have a bit more time just to kind of delve a little bit deeper, to understand in a bit more detail how you're addressing. Sadiq, from a US perspective and from with your medical hat on, G is on the money, right?
Great pain point. I think, I agree 100% with Colin on the time you spent. I felt like it was in news updates of here's the latest in the countries about which countries are doing it, which one are not, and why is it amazing, and all these numbers. I think if you, just like you said, spend a little bit of time on that, focus more on the what you're developing and how you're solving the problem and how you're going to get outreach. I like that you launched it in January. 700 members, congratulations so far. That's actually really good numbers. Even though the rest of the numbers, I know you're like trying to put it under magnifying glass to make it sound, it's good. And I love your design. I know you're the Stack IT guy, and still being able to produce that was really great. In terms of the US, oh my God, like it's exploding, and not just, and it's really exploding, like right down my office in this, in not in the office, but in this sector, corner block that I'm living in, there's just this one block that I'm living in, there's 3 dispensaries, 3 different dispensaries. Like, it's crazy. I don't do it. I don't take it, but I know it's going great. A lot of people are using it. It's really helpful, and great product, great stuff. It is the future. It is the market. Just tailor down your investor to what you're doing and how you're doing it. I think your product's going to really produce a lot well. Everyone's trying to go medicinal, try to go, I like how you're doing the lean structure. I know a little bit about lean development, and that's really going to help build this. And if you went through 500 iterations so far, what did it say? That's so much. That's really, really good. That means you're perfect. One last thing is, don't let analysis paralysis kill you.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
That's something when you're doing 500 iteration, you like them perfect. Analysis paralysis becomes a problem.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the feedback. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's my first time pitching this story to anyone really. So it's literally the first time anyone's heard this. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. The iterations have come pretty quickly over the last 12 months, but it's something I've been wanting to build since like summer of 2018. So it's actually gone through several more iterations before that in various lean forms, like, you know, so I can tell you more about that if you like to hear more. But yeah, no, thank you very much for the feedback.
I like the dark mode on your screen. If you want to use Series A, they have this pitch thing. If you really use it, it might help a little bit more. But really great job.
Thank you.
My place in South Beach in Miami, Jid, you basically just call a cab. You know, if you can't be bothered to walk the 50 yards to the dispensary, it's literally just you make your choice on a WhatsApp group, and it's delivered to you within half an hour. It's just absolutely. Anyway, let's drugs aside. Don't do drugs, kids. Karel, over to
Can I
you.
just interrupt really quickly, Colin? Because we've got quite a few people still wanting to pitch. There's like about another 3 or 4. So are we happy just to carry on? I don't know what people's timings are like, because it's.
I'm happy to carry on if anyone else is. Sadiq, do you have to jump? You good? Okay. If we're gonna go, we're gonna go. Let's do it.
Yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to check everyone's schedules was good. Okay, perfect.
So thank you. Let me share my screen then.
Nice to meet you, Karel. How's it going? Where are you? You're in Paris.
I'm based in Paris. Yes. We met through the Founder Institute.
Of course. Wonderful. Well, welcome.
So do you see my slides?
It says it's just starting. Yes, we did. Oh, lovely. Like the design. Ready when you are, sir.
Okay, so I'm Karel Bourgois. I'm the founder of Voxist. We are a voice tech company where we transform speech into knowledge. So what does that mean? Oh, sorry. Well, today, you know, audio is recorded in a digital form, but the information within the audio is actually not accessible by the information system. So if you take, by example, the call centers, only 1% of the calls are being listened to. So that means that 99% of the information that has been exchanged between the assistant and the customer is nowhere to be found. If you look at a big Fortune 100 company, by example, they will have around 1 million hours of meetings. Most of them are being recorded, but what has been actually said is not available. So that's a lot of information and knowledge that is being at risk of being lost. And so our solution is to use the latest progress in speech AI, where we do speech language understanding. So the idea here is we not only transcribe the speech into text, but we understand the text because we transform that into vectors that can be used by the latest AI systems. So I started by building a voicemail system. So it's a visual voicemail where the message that you receive is actually transcribed into text, so you can read it instead of having to listen to it, which already brings a lot of productivity. We have 30,000 monthly active users, with 5% of them are paying, so we are generating over 10K of monthly recurring revenue. But more importantly, thanks to that, we've been able to build our own tech of speech recognition that we launched last year. We have now a speech AI that is 100 times faster than the one from Google for half the level of error rates. We have our first client like Procter & Gamble, Simplify, which is a leader in medical recording in France, OVH, which is the largest European cloud provider. And they use that to do things like transcribing medical records, transcribing meetings, etc. We are generating already with this API over €500,000 of revenues. We would not have been able to do that without my incredible teams, people I've been working with for 10 years now, or over 10 years for some of them. And so we want to raise now €1 million to expand our marketing and the team. Thank you.
Karel, good job. You're 30 seconds over, but we'll let you off.
Yeah.
Could you?
I spent too much time on one of the slides. I realized why I was talking. I was like, no, that's too long. Normally, I should already be to the next slide.
You know what? Good job, though. Good job. I think it come across nice and clear. I like some of the imagery. And it's very, very clear to me. You just got a little bit of a flaky Wi-Fi. So every now and then, for me, it was maybe it was a ship going past. I don't know, but just every now and then, it's a bit jittery, which is a bit off-putting. But we've met before and we've talked on this, haven't we? And I shared with you my journey in terms of LLM and AI, in terms of ticketing and contact centers and all that kind of stuff. And so an interesting space indeed. And if you're contact centers and then listening to recordings, I mean, it's a huge market, absolutely huge market. So happy to revisit and and come back to it, if you're ready to have those conversations. Sadiq, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
I love the solution, the problem. It's really clear. 30,000 users, congratulations. That's a lot of work. That's a long time. 5% is a good number for paying customers. I personally that's one of every company now is looking for that solution, especially if they have a company that operates on voice. If you have staff that are making calls, there's more that could be added to it. But I think I think identifying the solution or what your product was could be a little bit more explained at the end. I think I got lost or I didn't understand it really well, but I think it was really good, clear at the end on what you're going to do. I like the safe like in France, the safe like you're looking for. That's really good. Not a lot of people understand safe, so you're advanced in that.
Yeah, because the French legal instrument is called BSA, but if I say BSA, nobody is going to it's kind of a scary. Oh, what's the French are doing? So it's like safe like. So safe, we're doing the same.
Well, I think one thing you didn't touch is multi-language. I know that you're in France, but are you doing this for multi-linguistic? Is it going to translate AI? Is it going to go through multi? So just explaining a little more on that.
It's tough to put everything. So I talked with Colin about actually doing even not only multi-language but translation. That was something we discussed because for some languages it'd be so much as helpful if you call from Singapore and the company doesn't have anyone that speaks your language. But Singapore is a bad example, but you see what I mean. So you speak in your own language and the person on the other end hear you in English, and so you don't have the cost of acquisition of having people that speak so many languages. So there are a lot of things to be done. But 2 minutes are already too short.
Yeah, and I like that you took a little bit of time in the initial with the 30 seconds that you were late on. But I think one of the other, from my perspective, when I look at medical, you said medical records, you also transcribe that. So we're looking at, do you de-identify patients' information? How do you secure and encrypt that? So that's from a medical side. It goes into more of the details, but I'm not going to go into it. But I know that with ISO in European, instead of HEPA in the US, they both have the de-encryption and making sure that the voice, if a patient says anything that's personal health information, to make sure how do you de-encrypt that or cover that and put that in text. But great job. Love your presentation. I love your images and your diagrams. Great team.
Thank you.
Great work. What an amazing. I just want to say how amazing everyone is here today. And
we've lost it. We've had a couple of pitch and rolls or pitch and runs, but that's totally fine. This is what it's for. But thank you for that. Really, really appreciate that. Karel, great job. Let's catch up, buddy. Heather, who's next? Oh, look, we've only got a few left. I think.
I know. I think people have pitched and run, so I think we need to just try and get people to stick around when they're once they've pitched, they can just leave.
Peter.
But thanks everyone for staying though. Okay, Peter's next.
And Cesar, do you want to pitch at some point as well?
Yes, I do. I want
to.
Okay.
So it's Peter, then I had Shabir. Sorry, Peter, to interrupt you. I had Peter, then I had Shabir, but I think Shabir might have dropped off because he did say he. So I think Cesar, you can go after Peter. Okay, I think. Cool.
Peter, no pressure.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Oh,
yes.
I like that already.
Nice.
Yep. Okay. My name's Peter Dickinson from Vision. We've built a tool that is unique in the marketplace. It's where you've got tools for like Xero for accountants, and you've got Breathe HR for HR professionals. There is nothing for marketeers to manage their marketing. So today I'm going to take you through what Vision's all about. We've got a team. We've got plenty of experience on the team. We've got myself running it. We've got my daughter, who's the marketeer, and we've got Robert, who's got a big technology background, and he's developing it. What's the problem? Well, the problem is growing a business without through marketing can be really hard without help. We offer fractional CMO type work for clients around the world. And what we find is they've no time to do the research, they've lack of knowledge, they don't know what's working, what's not, and they don't know where the spend is going. And there is nothing available today. We've looked, we've tried looking, and yes, you can cobble tools together, but there's nothing all in one place. We made it really easy. We plugged it into ChatGPT. So we structure the collection of the information. So when we pass it to ChatGPT, it gives us back some really cool answers, which we then populate into the external analysis. So we can do strategy and product strategy. People don't know what a marketing plan really should look like. So I've created templates. So they pick a template, they adjust it to what they want, put their numbers into it, and it will create a budget and implementation plans for them. There are 400 million SMEs globally in 2023, 5 million in the UK, 33 in the US. Only 20% of companies, after research, actually are bothered about growing. Oh, right, okay, 7.8 million in the market. And we can't find any competition. And we're going to sell it through intermediaries. It's a recurring revenue subscription model, and we're looking for about 100K. And we expect once building something like Xero that will be acquired.
Thanks, Peter. Good job. If you can stop sharing screen, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let me. Did I forget to spotlight you? Oh, I did. I'm sorry.
That's all right, don't worry. It's more about my practicing it than I like the feedback. But,
you know what? Okay, so 3 weeks ago you didn't have a pitch deck, and now you do. And 2 weeks ago you pitched it for the first time, and it was pretty good. It was all right. It was pretty good, and now it's getting better and better. So we have a resident. I'm going to call him a marketing genius who is a self-professed ChatGPT expert in the room. And I think, Sadiq, you said to me yesterday about our VAs, don't just come to me with your ChatGPT prompt. I know all that stuff. Give me something even better than that. So I'm going to hand it over to Sadiq, our resident marketing guru.
Not a marketing guru, but yes, I've spend a lot of time in the AI side with marketing, and I love what you're doing. I love how you combine that. I love how you put your daughter out also to help with that. It's very important when you're building it. Great pitch. I didn't know this is the third week. This looks like you've been doing it for like 4 months. Like the pitch deck looks really well designed, well put.
All right, thank you. Well, I have to, Colin, I use the pitch builder.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Good for Colin. Yeah, no,
I didn't know any of this. I'm not commercializing it, but it's really, really well done, well presented. I think the timing is a little bit off. I know it's still 2 minutes is a little bit short. Your timing was a little bit off, and you kind of spent a little time in the early. You jumped into finance, and when you're talking to investors, just make sure, I'm not an investor, but when you talk to investors, make sure that you spend a lot of time on the finance, because I saw the table starts in 2024. You're the only one who had the exit I've seen today. Really good. People do want to see it, but you want to have that traction. I love that you created the marketing plans, and you're like, hey, you can create like, hey, any of these templates. The subscription model is well done, and there's an insane amount, 300 to 1,000 AI tools out there today that you can integrate, and you could you could plan and you could, just start, connecting Zapier to Make, to this, to that, and then have these AI robots follow your marketing plans and your marketing guidelines on, hey, post on Facebook forever, every day, and here's how you connect, here's how I want to create it, here's the vision, here's the mission. You customize those based on your marketing plans, based on the really great stuff. I think every company is going to use it. I just kudos to you, big fan.
Thanks, Lim.
Very excited.
The big next stage, by the way, is to plug it into Fiverr or equivalent platforms, and for the projects just to be fired
Forget
up.
about it. Then just have the Fiverr generate. Fiverr is going to be your cash machine. Everyone's like, hey, I want you to write me a post. I'm like, I'll write you an unlimited amount of posts, and every post costs X. You're just brilliant.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thanks, guys. Excellent. Right. So, Cesar, last but by no means least, let's bring it in, Cesar. No pressure. It's all down to you.
Hi, everyone. Sorry I couldn't make it the last time. I got a bit sick, but I'm just going to jump right into it. So here we go. My name is Cesar. I am a co-founder of a company called Pemoja. These are our existing systems. You can see it, but today I'm here to pitch our project with the church because it's the one we most need help with. So where the problem comes in is we have a corrupt government, and you basically cannot do any project successfully through that. So what we decided to do was to build a digital economy based on the church systems, which are more direct, less corrupt. And we were given that contract by the church, which we later took to MTN, and they bought into it. So we are basically partners with the church and MTN. So our vision is to build financial empowerment in Africa through digital economy using structured church systems. So if, in case you didn't know, Africa has 36 million Catholics and at least 250 schools in Uganda, as well as the biggest landowner. So the revenue share in all these, once these systems are completed, is high. The percentages we came up with was 1% of all the revenue we collect for the church, which will share midway with MTN. So that's basically the deal we did. What were the opportunities? Lack of digital enabled business models, lack of access to digital infrastructure, and decentralized payment systems. So with our clientele, we have over 10 plus companies, 3 plus partnerships. The countries, we are just in 2 countries at the moment. I think there was so some of our other systems involve automated invoicing, mobile payment systems, and also AI solutions, which we are marketing to NGOs. So we are doing, excuse me, AI chat.
Cesar, I'm
Yes?
going to stop you there. You're at 2.5 minutes. I did give everyone else, but because we're over time. So I'm going to ask you to stop there if you don't mind. Please come back with 2 minutes next week. So, okay. Ready? Who's over there? Who are you talking to? Because we're here. Look, we're right here. Talk to us. Yeah,
Oh.
with absolute love, right? Talk to us. We're your audience. So if you've got the presentation on a different screen, try to figure out a way to get it all onto the same screen. Personally, what I use, I'll show you and try and give you a bit of a tip here. I'm going to try and not make a fool of myself. Is the notes section in PowerPoint. Yeah, so I can pretty much present anything by playing around and putting my script into the notes section. So you might find, yeah, that's some very basic rules. But when I do a slideshow, yeah, I see something very different. I see this.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
get it.
I
Yeah.
use that trick all the time now. You taught me that.
Exactly, right. You know, so that way you can present anything with, you know, confidence. Then you would just have to work on your tonality and basically the content as well. Yeah, I'll be honest, okay, I don't know what you're doing. Okay, now a bit of tough love, as in, to start with, I know that it sounds like there's corruption, and it sounds like there's payments, and it sounds like there's a lot of different things. We need to now get that into some kind of order that allows the person to come along for a ride. And basically we start with pain. Yeah, corruption sounds like pain to me. In this market, there is corruption equals pain. Our vision for our business is to address that pain, that corruption. And then instantly you go, oh yeah, right, yeah, guy, you remember, look, you're nodding now, we're all nodding. Yeah, we get everyone nodding in the room. As soon as we can get everyone nodding, then we hit them with some kind of outcome, some kind of solution. Yeah, this is how we go about doing this. And this is the team that we've got that's going to actually tackle this. Yeah, you thought there was corruption in Uganda. Yeah, there was no one else to help. You've just hired the A team, that kind of thing. Sorry, forgive me for the cheesy 80s. No one gets that. Does anyone get that? No. Okay, thanks, Peter. I appreciate that. But Cesar, look, was that your first time pitching?
Yes, so basically most of our pitches are to direct clients.
Yeah.
And we're used to using our own money. So it's definitely my first pitch, but it's still been a good experience. At least I'll come back and get the.
You know what? That's the whole point of us being here, right? You know, we're to try and give back to the ecosystem. Sadiq, Heather, myself, the other mentors who had to duck and roll and duck and run. Guys, Gia, Peter, Roman, Anne, Anupam, Mr. Gold, thank you for sticking around. Appreciate that. Without you, it wouldn't be possible.
Just one thing. So you could see both my face and my presentation.
No.
My face.
Well, I could see you doing that, but not that.
Or you couldn't see the presentation?
Yeah, I could see the presentation. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
Can I just ask, where's your camera? Is your camera pointing over there? Or is the screen over there that you're looking at? So your camera's there, and then you're looking
I have a dual screen.
Have you got two screens? Well, you should be able to set it up. So I'm looking at my computer, camera there, voice there, so presenting, and the presentations on the big screen here. And like Colin was saying, you drive the screen with the presenter's screen, and then you share the big screen, so you don't have to worry about that. All you have to worry about is pointing that way.
Okay, thank you very much for that.
Great job. Guys, let's leave it there. Look, we can scan to book for next week. If you want a pitch deck, I think everyone here's got a pitch deck. If not, just use that one. That's great. Scan to book for next week. Recent pitch clubs are up here on YouTube. I think this is our 5th one. Somehow this is our 5th one. And if you want a coffee with me, then please come along. And then at the end of it, I just have to do this, because then when I splice the edit, then we play the anyway, look, I've ruined it all now. Thanks everyone, good to see you all. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
See you later.
Cheers, bye. Dude, thank you, appreciate that.
Of course, anytime.